This ABC15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanderson Ford. All roads lead to Sanderson Ford.
Hello, I'm Megan Thompson with your top stories right now from ABC15 Arizona.
If you could say anything to Justice O'Connor, what would you say?
Just thank you for paving the way for women, making it possible.
Sandra was a living example that women could take on any challenge, could more than hold their own in spaces dominated by men, and could do so with grace.
People across the country remembering the late Justice Sandra Day O'Connor as her family prepares for her funeral in Washington, D.C. today. O'Connor will be remembered at the Washington National Cathedral. New developments for you now in a tragedy in northwestern Arizona. 5 children losing their lives in a fire at a duplex in Bullhead City. We are learning the father of most of those kids was gone at the time buying Christmas gifts. There is a fundraiser for the family. We have a link to do that on ABC15.com. Tomorrow, a vigil is also planned for the community. The DOJ's investigation into the Phoenix Police Department could be coming to a conclusion soon. Interim Chief Michael Sullivan wrapping up an interview with the DOJ last month. The 7-hour interview seen as one of the last steps in the 2-year investigation into whether Phoenix police have a pattern of excessive force or civil rights violations. City leaders do not expect to get an advanced copy of the DOJ report before it is released publicly. It is a season of giving. However, the Salvation Army is seeing a drop in donations for their holiday Red Kettle campaign in the last few years. Between 2019 and 2022, giving nationwide dropped about 20%. In Arizona, it's down 10% and is impacting some of the services they provide. The Southwest Division commander says recruiting volunteers has been harder, which means there are fewer Red Kettles out there, too. The holiday travel season is upon us. According to Expedia, today is the cheapest and best day to travel ahead of Christmas, with flights 25% cheaper than Friday. A record 7.5 million people are expected to fly to their holiday destinations. Hopefully it doesn't hit a snag like last year's travel meltdown with Southwest Airlines canceling 17,000 flights. The U.S. Department of Transportation keeping a magnifying glass on every airline's operations.
We hope that other airlines realize that DOT is watching them, Congress is watching them, and they need to take care of their passengers.
If your flight gets canceled because of airline issues, you can get a full refund. Airlines can also compensate you for hotels, food, or transportation, depending on the circumstances. You just have to ask. Speaking of travel, some good news. Passport processing times have returned to pre-pandemic levels. The State Department says routine services will now take between 6 to 8 weeks, and expedited services will take between 2 to 3 weeks. That's about a month faster than the estimated wait times from this March. The State Department says increased staffing levels help processing times get back on track. Google has agreed to pay $700 million to states and consumers to settle an antitrust lawsuit. The Justice Department and dozens of states accuse Google of allegedly harming competition through deals with wireless carriers and smartphone makers to make Google search their default or exclusive option. Eligible consumers could receive at least $2. And it is the last week to donate to Operation Santa Claus. If you want to be entered into a contest to win a brand new all-electric Ford F-150 Lightning or the 2023 Lincoln Corsair, courtesy of Sanderson Ford and Sanderson Lincoln. We are collecting non-perishable food items, children's clothing, new toys, or cash donations. It all goes to 5 local charities right here in the Valley. Stop by Sanderson Ford, Sanderson Lincoln, select U-Haul locations to drop off those donations, or you can donate online anytime by going to abc15.com/Santa.
Time now for that most accurate forecast. I'm meteorologist Iris Hermosillo. Look for a high of 76 today. Mostly cloudy skies and a very slight chance of a stray shower in the valley. We'll keep a slight chance for a shower in northern Arizona too, as those clouds stick around, with temperatures in the 50s to 60s across that northern half of our state. Then we've got a storm system that we're watching, and it's now prompting an ABC 15 weather action day by Friday, as it is going to be a big impact storm across our state. Look for widespread rain showers, some high elevation snow as well. For the valley, it's mainly rain. We're going to start to see some showers over the next few days. They really start to pick up a bit on Wednesday morning, but by Friday, that storm system moves in, and that's when we see our best potential for rain overall. Rain possible throughout the day, as much as maybe half an inch to an inch of rain just that day alone. We could see some thunderstorms mainly over the higher terrain, a very slight chance for thunderstorms that day in the valley. We'll see snow in the high country, but those snow levels will fall through the weekend, so our better bet for snow will be over the weekend, and then we start to clear out on Monday, which is Christmas Day.
For the latest headlines, weather, and traffic, head on over to ABC15.com or download the free ABC15 mobile app.
This ABC15 Flash Briefing is sponsored by Sanders & Ford. All roads lead to Sanders & Ford.